Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits and all of that stuff. In just a short while, we will be hearing the press conference. Hopefully, it'll work on my end. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. If not, I'll just have to wait for it to be over and play the recap with you guys, or play it afterwards, do the replay with you guys. But nonetheless, we're here. We got some updates. Hopefully we're going to find out some truths. We're going to find out where exactly this young girl, Madeline Soto, is. We got a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions. I'm sure a lot of you guys do too as well. And so I'm going to do a quick little recap, let you guys as a quick reminder, refresher, and all that. And then, of course, there will be a press conference. Now, there was something I want to share with you guys, and it's very disturbing. I'm just going to say that right now. Actually, we're not going to get into it, but we're going to talk about it. Okay? Nonetheless. All right? So, anyway, we got to get into this, as you guys already know. So please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. All right? Please and thank you. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you hit that reaction button over there as well. That'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. Crush that like button, reaction button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, please be sure to hit that follow button on my Facebook page as well. Follow me on all my social medias, The Pascal Show, one word. That's all of them, okay? TikTok, Instagram, etc. Go there, Pascal Show, one word. If you want to support the channel by joining the Pascal Show family membership, hit that join button down below, become a member. Or you can go to my Patreon, patreon.com/the Pascal Show, if you want to support even more. Okay, check out pascalmerch.com. Got some really great stuff over there, pascalmerch.com. Anyway, guys, we got to get into this, okay? As I said, in less than 15 minutes from now, there will be allegedly a conference, a press conference covering this missing persons case on young Madeline Soto. She's 13 years old. She literally just turned 13, by the way. I just learned that. She just recently turned 13 years old. Okay. Actually, I think we learned that yesterday. My bad. We learned that yesterday, but for some odd reason, it just popped in my head even more now. 13 years old. She went missing after her. Now, what's interesting, guys, I'm getting really confused because some reports are saying that Stephan, okay, weak ass, watered down Kenny Loggins. Yeah, I called him a Kenny Loggins. Okay. Stephan was the last person to see her dropping her off near her school. And allegedly, what was said at the time, she didn't want to be seen in his car, getting dropped off in his car. So he allegedly dropped her off a few blocks down away from her school, allegedly. Mom went to go pick her up, and the school said she never showed up to the class, never showed up to school. So that's when later on that day, on Monday, they called. Obviously, they reported her missing on Monday. Some reports are saying that she was reported missing on Tuesday. I'm leaning on the side of mom was very concerned. She went straight to 911 as soon as she saw that her daughter did not show up to school. What I forgot to say here really quick is what's really confusing is some places are saying that he is a boyfriend. Some places are saying ex-boyfriend. Some places are saying step dad. Okay, stepfather. Some places are saying all kinds of different things. And I'm very confused because I want to know if this guy is actually, is he the stepfather or is he a glorified boyfriend? That's the one thing I'm still trying to figure out. Okay. But as we already know, okay, a man, the stepfather, ex-boyfriend, boyfriend, by the name of Stephan, as I just said a second ago, this piece of work here, looking like a broke down Kenny Loggins. All right. He was the last one to see her. And he has been, as you notice, this is a mugshot. So he got arrested because they found very, very like unthinkable, disgusting, and disturbing content on his phone. What's weird is that he tried to do a factory reset on his own phone. He tried to do a factory reset on his phone around the same time that this young Madeline went missing. So of course police are going, well, wait, why would you suddenly want to do a factory reset on this time, right around the same time your girlfriend, wife, I guess? See, like I said, too many things being said and it's too confusing. But while your wife's daughter is missing, or girlfriend's daughter is missing, makes no sense. Okay? Danger zone. I'm done. Highway to, you know what I'm saying? Kenny Loggins, just so you guys know. All right. So they go through his phone, they find this unthinkable, disturbing stuff, and now he's been thrown in jail. Not connected, unless this press conference gives us something else. They're saying that these charges are not connected to her missing case. But the content that they found on his phone is so disturbing that I can't even say what was on the phone. In fact, there is an affidavit, okay, that is out, paperwork that has been leaked, sent out to everyone. And the stuff that's in the paperwork has been redacted, and it's so graphic, it's so disturbing that I'm not even going to read it for you guys. I read it with my own two eyes, and I'm telling you right now, holy God, it's very disturbing. And damn right, this man should be locked up for the rest of his remaining days on this planet. That's what I think. And clearly, how can you have a disgusting, nasty mother lover like this not be connected to her missing, not be the reason why she went gone? Let's be real. Two different options. One, this piece of work right here. Okay? Mr. Danger Zone. All right? Did something unthinkable to her, and she's out there somewhere, right? She's out there somewhere by his own hand. Option number two. Remember, she said once she turned 13, she wanted to go live out in the woods. This is allegedly what she said to a friend during this time in a text message. By the way, her phone was left behind. Her cell phone was left behind as well, which is very interesting as well. So you have all that information, right? So a part of me goes, would she be that clever enough to go, they'll be able to trace my phone, F that, I'm leaving it behind, I'm running? Or did this guy snatch her out of nowhere and do something unthinkable to her, leaving the phone behind because he also knows that they would trace the phone? That's option number one. Option number two, she ran and she's a runaway because he's doing some unthinkable, disgusting, disturbing things to her and other people that she may know, that she may be connected to, friends, etc. All unbeknownst to mama. You got to remember, mom doesn't know anything, right? So imagine all of that happening. So the options are real. The options here are very, very possible. And hopefully in about 5 minutes, we will be hearing from 5-0, letting us know what they have so far. I'm hoping that she just kicked rocks. That she ran away because she didn't know what else to do. She felt trapped. And that was her way of saying, I need help. And what's interesting is by her running away, this also got this man locked up. See how that turn of events went down? That is if she ran away. But if she didn't run away, her disappearance still got this mother lover locked up. And I'm still wondering if there's any connections to anything more. You got to remember, some of these guys work on the dark web. They're sharing this kind of content. I'm wondering what else, what other information, what other stuff is out here that they have not shared with us yet to the public, because the content that was on his phone, like I said, is so disturbing, so jacked up, that I wouldn't be surprised if he was sharing that content with other disturbing and disgusting mother lovers as well. I will say that. Unbelievable, guys. But real quick, let me get the super chat really quick. I got a couple, actually. So let me get this. Misty Fisher, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Dude needs some concrete boots. Just saying. I agree. 110%. Okay. 110%. S Dubs, thank you so much for the gifting one person and also gifting 5 other people. So 6 people altogether, new memberships. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much to S Dubs. And yes, sharing is caring, guys. So I do appreciate the support, and welcome to the family. All 6 of you guys, all 6 of yous. That's amazing. Okay. Now, let me check something here really quick before we continue on. Like I said, the content, I'm not even going to put the print. I'm not even going to put the print on this show, okay? But it is really, 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 really bad. The content that the paperwork that they have on this guy, it is very, very disturbing, okay? But nonetheless, we got to get into this conversation, all right? And man, oh man, let's see what JB got.
Went to
Okay.
And just like that, it moves away. So we're about to hear from Orange County Sheriff John Mina.
Hit the number 1. Let me know you guys can hear this.
Update for missing 13-year-old Madeline Soto.
Don't worry, I'll blow it up here in a second.
Story on WFLA.com.
Testing 1, 2. Yep.
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. And it's going to be happening in about 2 minutes. So I'm just going to let this rock and roll for a second.
And can confirm that our signal is stable and our audio is coming in crystal clear. This, again, is a story that is emerging out of Orange County, really Orlando, Florida, after Madeline was dropped off for school, really near a school in Orlando on Monday morning.
I forgot that they're in Florida.
She was dropped off at a church that was right near the school.
That WFLA.
According to interviews that have been done with Jennifer Soto, that being Madeline's mom. She was dropped off at the church, and then that there was video that I haven't seen, but video apparently that exists of her, Madeline, I'm referencing here, Madeline, being in the parking lot and lingering there before making her way towards the school, but vanishing.
Wow.
Because she never made it to school. She was last seen near Hunters Park Lane and Town Loop Boulevard in Orlando around 8:30 a.m. on Monday. This led to the arrest of the person who dropped her off for school. That being Stephan Sterns, arrested on Wednesday evening. He's facing charges of sexual battery and possession of child sexual abuse material. According to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, they said that they had found, quote unquote, disturbing images on his phone, and then discovered that he had tried to wipe portions of his phone, or at least all of his phone. He tried to
Oh, don't be like that. Don't be like that. Come on. We are doing just fine. Come on. I will say, Yanni is a deep cut. Okay. Yanni is an absolute deep freaking cut. Okay.
I can
Man.
tell you that we have found Madeline, but we have not found her.
Come on, man. Hold on, guys. This is the one thing I hate more than anything in the freaking world. Let's go. They have not found her. That's what they're saying right now.
That she is dead. So our efforts will be focused on recovering Madeline.
God. Okay. That's so annoying. Okay. I've tried
Sits near her school. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time and that Stephan Sterns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day. We have video evidence that shows Stephan Sterns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephan Sterns returning to the complex and Madeline was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time. As a result of that, although the initial missing persons investigation started in Orange County, the Kissimmee Police Department will now be taking over the investigation and will become the lead agency. And of course, the Orange County Sheriff's Office, all of our support personnel will be available and will still be assisting in this investigation. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Chief Holland from the Kissimmee Police Department. Chief.
Thank you for being here. As Sheriff Mina said, this is still an active and ongoing investigation, and there is a lot of additional information that we cannot release at this time. I do want to note that Stephan Sterns was transported from the Orange County Jail to the Osceola County Jail, where he is being held on capital sexual battery charges. Battery charges filed by the Kissimmee Police detectives. Right.
This piece of trash.
MKZ. The Florida tag is I.
So they haven't found her yet, but they are confirming, or they are saying that she is gone. I'm just, I'm just as shocked as anybody else right now. I apologize, guys.
The tire in this area. If anyone saw this video,
Come on.
departments to bring a resolution to this case and recover Maddie. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to wait till it.
But just remember, we're still in the middle of this investigation. There's a lot of things.
This is so frustrating. I'm so sorry, guys. I gotta stop. I'm just gonna have to wait till it gets done with the whole thing, and then just play the press conference with you guys in a replay, because I don't get it. I've tried
that we cannot review.
every freaking thing. Yeah. I really, I'm a bit shocked. I mean, obviously when this press conference is over, I will play the replay Okay. I know a lot of you guys are interested in seeing it right here live and all that. But I will say the fact that they are saying that this young girl is,
They've searched a bunch of different areas.
I'm just going to leave it at this, but they're saying that they are confident, okay, they're confident that this young girl is gone, that he did take her life. And then they have video surveillance footage of him discarding items that were that of Madeline Soto's. I have to be honest, I'm a bit shocked about that information. I was hoping that this was going to be a little bit of a different turnout in regards to this case. We always hold on to at least that one little semblance of hope. We all hold on to that one little piece of a clue of proof of life or something of that sort. But the fact that the police department is sitting here saying that, yeah, it is, they are confident that she is no longer here, means that, and it sounded like, because it cut out during that time, and don't worry, we will play it. I will play it back again here shortly, because obviously I don't think that this is going to be a very long press conference. But as you can see, the fact that they say that they're confident, to me sounds like, and this is the part that broke up for me, but it sounds like he confessed, that he said something, or that they found footage to prove otherwise, that she is not alive, and that he did this. And I'm wondering why. Because you got to remember this, you never know. This may be this little girl may be his first. I know that sounds really messed up, but she could be his first victim. She could be his 20th victim. We don't know. But it does make you wonder. It does beg to question why this went down the way it went down. You know what I mean? You're telling me that this dude right here, and don't worry, we are going to be playing the playback here in a little bit, okay? So stick with me if you can, okay? I'm sure this is going to be over in the next 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'll be able to play it without any issues. But you mean to tell me that either he said something, or they saw footage that was like, nah, he did that. Like, there's no question. There is no question on what happened here. He did that. You know what I mean? I mean, at least for me, that's the thing. It's like, what now? I want to hear from in the very beginning of the press conference, what was it that actually caused them to go, yes, he most definitely did this, without a shadow of a doubt, without question, he did this stuff. So I'm going to try this again.
Share with our community. I wish we were here to tell you that we have found Madeline, but we have not found her. Last night, detectives from the Kissimmee Police Department met with Madeline's mother, and they had to tell her the very devastating news that although we have not found Madeline, we are now confident that she is dead. So our efforts will be focused on recovering Madeline. Dozens and dozens of detectives, crime analysts, and specialized team members have been working nonstop and following up on every single lead and every shred of evidence. Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off on the morning of February 26th near her school. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time, and that Stephan Sterns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day. We have video evidence that shows Stephan Sterns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephan Sterns return
Come on, man.
Returning to the complex,
Okay.
and Madeline was visible in that vehicle.
Oh.
We believe she was already dead at that time.
Oh my God.
As a result of that, although the initial missing persons investigation started in Orange County, the Kissimmee Police Department will now be taking over the investigation and will become the lead agency. And of course, the Orange County Sheriff's Office, all of our support personnel will be available and will still be assisting in this investigation. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Chief Holland from the Kissimmee Police Department. Chief?
Damn it.
Thank you for being here. As Sheriff Mina said, this is still an active and ongoing investigation, and there is a lot of additional information that we cannot release at this time. I do want to note that Stephan Sterns was transported from the Orange County Jail to the Osceola County Jail, where he is being held on capital sexual battery charges filed by the Kissimmee Police detectives. Right now, our top priority is recovering Madeline. We are still appealing to our community for its help in this case. Please share this crime line bulletin on my right of Stephan Sterns. He was last seen driving a silver 2010 Lincoln MKZ. The Florida tag is IYLL82. On Monday, February 26th, between 1 and 2:30 p.m. in the area of State Road 192 and Old Hickory Tree Road, as well as Old Hickory Tree Road and Nolte Road. During this time frame, it is believed that Sterns had a flat tire and might have been seen changing the tire in this area. If anyone saw this vehicle or noticed anything suspicious, we're asking that they call Crime Line. We will continue to work tirelessly with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, the Osceola County Sheriff's Office, and St. Cloud Police Departments to bring a resolution to this case and recover Maddie. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Chief. We'll take some questions, but just remember, we're still in the middle of this investigation. There's a lot of things that we cannot reveal.
At this time, are there anything yet? Has Stearns spoken to anybody yet?
No, Stearns has not spoken to anyone.
Is there any
Oh, so he ain't saying nothing.
give us as to what leads you to believe that she is definitively deceased?
Yeah.
The video evidence that we have.
Is it
Oh,
about
damn.
the position of her body, the way?
So we're not going to go into those exact details, but we have video evidence that leads us to believe that she's already dead.
So in other words, yes.
Sheriff, there's been a lot of things that you just laid out here just now. This location in the afternoon, is there a belief, are we trying to figure out, I know you're requesting video surveillance in that area. Are you trying to figure out whether she was still with this car at that time?
Yeah, so it could be helpful to us if people saw something. And obviously, we're searching many different areas. But if someone saw something in that area, we want to know about it.
Is that an area you've already searched?
What's that now?
Where this car supposedly had a flat, is that an area you've already searched?
So we actually have people searching areas right now. So they've searched a bunch of different areas, and they're going to continue to search. So I don't want to go into specifics on exactly where. I don't want to miss something. One more time. I'm
Did
sorry.
she leave the house? Was she at that time? Did you believe that she was?
Alive.
Did she leave the house on her own?
So what I'll say is what I already said is that we believe he moved her body in those early morning hours, and all that is still under investigation.
The mother is cooperating with the investigation?
Yes, we're talking to the mother. Yes.
She's not considered a suspect.
So we're talking to the mother and all this. There's, to my knowledge, she's not a suspect in this case right now.
You had mentioned that he dropped some items in the dumpster. Did you recover those?
That's correct. So from the dumpster, we recovered her backpack and her school issued laptop.
Sheriff, do we believe that, I know that you're piecing things together with different portions of video. Is it the department's belief that she was killed at the house?
It's our belief that she was killed in Kissimmee and that he moved her body. And so that's why the Kissimmee Police Department is the lead investigators now.
As for messages that you had said that Madeline might have sent about living in the woods when she turned 13, are you questioning whether those were actually sent by her rather than someone else?
Yeah, that's all part of the investigation. So we haven't determined that yet.
Have you been in touch with Madeline's family? How are they taking this?
Yeah, so obviously detectives have spoken to her mother, and as you can imagine, the reaction that any parent would have.
So this is transitioned from a disappearance investigation to a murder investigation headed up by the Kissimmee Police Department.
That is correct. It is transitioned to a homicide investigation, and the Kissimmee Police Department will be the lead agency in that investigation.
At this point, any new charges?
We're still investigating it.
I have a question for you, Chief, regarding new charges, because we noticed there's an additional charge for sex battery on a victim under the age of 12. Are you continuing to go through his phone and find more evidence?
The detectives are continuing the investigation, and as more evidence comes up, there may be more charges in the future.
Is it believed that Madeline was a victim in that, as part of that investigation?
That's still all part of the investigation. I don't want to say right now.
What about the church footage that somebody mentioned that she was seen wearing she was seen at the church?
So yes, we reviewed that footage. It was very grainy. We weren't able to determine that was her, but like I said, we know that she was never dropped off at school that morning.
Are you assigning extra personnel to this case over the weekend? Our search is continuing.
That's correct. Searches are continuing as we speak. And so, like I said, we have people who are working nonstop. And so every lead that comes in, every piece of evidence that we receive, we're going to follow up on that. And if that leads us to a new search area, we'll be out all weekend.
Everybody good?
I think we're good.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Sheriff.
The press conference here confirming the worst fears in this case, that the sheriff's office is confident that 13-year-old Madeline Soto is dead, never having made it to school, and that the video that we had talked about before the press conference, the video that we had heard about in various reports that showed her being dropped off at a church near that school, that video was grainy and couldn't definitively pinpoint that it was her being dropped off for school. Absolutely heartbreaking point in this story as you get a look there at Stephan Sterns. That is the mother's boyfriend, who has been arrested but yet to be formally charged in Madeline Soto's death. Of course, now the investigation turns to locating Madeline Soto's remains. And I was jotting down a lot of notes. I think that the car is extremely important. I'm going to ask chat to help me out here with the car, because I was writing. It's a Lincoln MKZ, silver in color. I didn't get the year, but also of note, the flat tire is interesting.
Yeah. I'm just really disappointed. I'm just really disappointed. I'm gonna keep it a buck, y'all. I am really disappointed. Man, it is really sad. Long story short, with the information that they have now, with the evidence that they have following his car, with surveillance videos, etc., just tracking him doing what he did, they are literally saying, yes, this is confirming that she is no longer with us, that she is no longer alive. They don't know where she is, but they're saying that she is not alive. They also say that Stern is not helping with 5-0. He's not cooperating. All right. He's not cooperating. Purpur, thank you so much for the 2. Hey, Pascal, can we look up his arrest charges? Yeah, I'll look that up here in a second. All right. But at the end of the day, we now know that she is no longer here. She is gone. And I got to be honest, I'm mad. I'm just mad, because lately there's been a theme of littles losing their lives or going missing and all that stuff. And I know that this happens every day. This happens a lot more than I can even fathom. But at the same time, it is very frustrating to hear this kind of information. You're hoping that maybe she just ran off to expose this guy because she didn't know what else to do. But unfortunately, that's not the case here, and that really aggravates me. But now, of course, JB was saying from WFLA, and of course, police are asking for anyone that's seen this particular vehicle that he was driving around in, that could actually help. Because if they saw his car somewhere that's off the track of what they've been following him with, that might be where he last left or discarded her remains. Maybe that's what happened here. You know what I mean? So anybody, and like I said, I didn't write down the information because obviously I was just trying to make the damn freaking live stream work. Okay. But if anybody has that information, please share it. Okay. Share that information about the make of the car, the look of the car, etc. Please share that. But what they're saying is, they saw that she was in the car as he was discarding certain items that were hers, some of her personal items. And of course, one of the reporters asked, could you see or could you tell that she was gone in the car? And police were not willing to say anything, but let's keep it real. That means that's indefinitely a yes. Okay. For lack of a better term. All right. So, obviously, he may have taken her life inside that house and then took her into the car and then drove off. And yeah, that's another thing too. She might have been wrapped up in something which clearly gives everybody the confirmation that, okay, her remains are in that whatever she's wrapped up in over here. You see what I'm saying? But this is absolutely, like I said, absolutely insane to me. Jordan, thank you so much for the 2. How do you accidentally reset your phone? Yeah, I mean, again, tell me you guilty without telling me you guilty. Oh, I reset my phone around the same time that this lovely little girl goes missing. Come on, man. Thank God. You know what? I'm going to say this. I know this sounds crazy, but thank God he tried to do a factory reset on his phone. Thank God he tried to do that. Because if he didn't try to do that, well, I'm sure they would have still found his content, but still, that exposed him even more, right? That made him more suspicious as hell even more, right? So thank God he was a dumbass trying to do something stupid at the same time that this young girl went missing. We got his ass now. But now the question still remains, where is she? Where did she go? All right. Let me see here. Stephan or Steven. They were saying Stephan, Steven. That's the thing. They're saying that he's the boyfriend. They're saying the girlfriend. They're saying all these different things. And I'm like, well, they're saying the boyfriend, the husband, the step-husband, whatever, ex-boyfriend. They're saying all different things. And I'm like, what is he then? What is he exactly? So let me see here. Now, what we see, I'm just pulling up an article really, really quick. But they're saying, obviously, he's a prime suspect. He is the guy, obviously. All right. And he was booked into Orange County Jail on charges of SB and possession of material that he shouldn't even have on his phone, y'all. Okay. And you know what? I will play that. Thank you so much for the 5s, S-dubs. I'm going to have to look that up. Okay. Purpur even said, this is why I tell women to never post their kids on dating profiles. Some men just want yeah, they do. You ain't wrong. There's some disturbing mother lovers out here, y'all. Thank you, Purpur, for the $1. I don't know if I said that, but thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's pretty crazy stuff, right? So he's being booked because right now he hasn't been booked for this yet. They're still investigating, as they said. They asked them, "Hey, is there any connection to is he getting charged? Is he facing any charges for Madeline being unalived? The act of unaliving her?" They said, "We are still investigating that." So those charges have not been brought upon him yet. They are coming, though. Trust and believe they're coming, but that's still crazy to me. Hold on, I'm pulling this up because I'm trying to find. Maybe it's this one. I got to pull this up real quick. Sorry, guys, I gotta be out of here in a little bit, but I will look this up, pull this up for you guys. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Maybe it's this one.
13-year-old Maddie Soto has been missing since Monday morning. And this exclusive
S-Dubs, definitely let me know if I got the right one. But I know this is one of the many where he's in the background, just creeping, lurking in the background like a little piece of trash that he is. Okay. Buddha, thank you so much for the 5. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for the super chats. Yay. Thank you. I appreciate all the super chats and support. Thank you so very much. It really means a lot. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
video you see right here when Fox 35 spoke with her mom on Tuesday night. You could see her boyfriend sitting in that Zoom interview right behind her. We've circled him on the screen there. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Marlisa Goldsmith.
And I'm John Brown. That same man is the man who deputies walked into the Orange County Jail last night. And we have live team coverage of his arrest, plus the latest in the search for Maddie. We're going to begin with Fox 35's Randy Hildreth. So, Randy, you've been digging into the arrest today. What did you find out?
Yeah, good evening to you both. We got this warrant from the Kissimmee Police late this afternoon. Now, some of the details in this warrant too graphic to share on TV, but I can tell you, in looking through it, one of the things that stood out, investigators say the mom's boyfriend, Stephan Sterns, told investigators that he did a factory reset on his phone the same day Maddie was reported missing.
Maddie, if you see...
I mean, I don't think this is... Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Hold on.
Maddie was reported missing.
Thank you, Jordan.
Maddie, if you see this, please come home.
A mother begs for answers to Fox 35 in the search for her missing daughter, 13-year-old Maddie Soto.
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay.
Days later, Orange County Sheriff's Office names the man in the back of our interview as their prime suspect in the case, Stephan Sterns, Maddie's mom's boyfriend. Sterns is the last known person to have seen Maddie. He is not charged in the teen's disappearance, but was arrested last night and charged with sexual battery and possession of child sexual abuse material. Kissimmee police are assisting with the case. They say investigators uncovered the images on Sterns' phone, and the alleged acts happened inside the family's home in Kissimmee. In the arrest affidavit, it notes Sterns, quote, provided consent to search his phone. However, he stated he accidentally performed a factory reset on his phone on February 26, 2024. The same day, Maddie was reported missing. Sterns was expected in court today in connection to these new charges, but
based upon his refusal to come to court, he's got an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County. His bonds will remain at none.
Meanwhile, still
Wow.
no Maddie.
Whenever you have a person go missing,
That's crazy. The fact that he's not willing to, he's like, I don't want to show up in court and all that. Like, what? But I don't know if this is the video itself. Well, maybe it is. Let me play this part here. Let me skip ahead.
I spoke with Maddie's mother,
Okay.
Jen, on Tuesday. Sterns was in the back of that interview, and he made his presence known. He grabbed a chair and loudly set it down behind Maddie's mom and stayed there throughout most of our conversation.
Why? Okay, now the way that they're breaking that down right there, the way that they're breaking that down, how he just came in and just plunked the chair on right next to her and all that stuff to make his presence known. Why would he even do that? You see what I'm saying? I mean, the way that the reporter's saying it is making it seem like something that I don't think it is. but they're trying to make it seem like something. You feel me? Like they're saying, like telling her, like, hey, I'm right here. Don't say nothing stupid. Maybe I don't know, but I really don't think that the mom knew or knows anything that's going on here. But I don't know. Maybe she does. I don't know. Everybody's a suspect until they're not. Okay, in my personal opinion. Beverly Spiva, thank you so much for the 10. Mom needs to be held accountable for this as well. I will say this. What exactly would she need to be held accountable for? Because she dated a dude that's a monster, a wolf in sheep's clothing, and she didn't know? Or are you trying to allude, or are you trying to tap on the possibility of her obviously knowing this stuff was going down and not really doing anything about it? You see what I'm saying? That's a question I'd like to ask all of you, because that's the way this reporter made it seem like when she said, "Oh yeah, he put the chair down and made his presence known and all that." I'm curious, right? But we'll see. We'll see. Amanda, thank you so much for the 10. Thank you so much for the super chats, guys. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I have questions for Mom. She's either very ignorant of what's happening in her home, or she's too worried about that man's eggplant. Let me pull this up. Let me make sure this okay. Yeah, obviously I'd lean on the side of, I'm always side-eyeing things until there's proof positive of anything, of other, you know what I mean, of showing innocence and whatnot. There's a huge possibility that she may have known, but then again, there's a huge possibility she has no idea. You got to remember the times that she's going off to work and he stays behind to watch on Maddie or something of that sort. I mean, those things really do happen. A lot of things do happen behind closed doors. Okay. So, or a lot of things do happen behind closed doors without other people's knowledge. If you get what I'm saying. Sometimes, it could be totally fine, but maybe daughter's acting a little strange, but she's just equating that to her being 13, right? Oh, she's just going through changes. She's going through puberty. She's just having her teenage angst. She's just being a girl, right? When all the while, this mother love has been out here doing the unthinkable, right? That's a possibility. And then, of course, there's even more sinister stuff, like some other sinister-ish, like she knew or something. I don't know. Kelly Fitzgerald said, Mom says in an interview that she was not searching. Interesting. I haven't heard anything about that. Okay. And I'm wondering if that is true. I would wonder why. Why would she not search? That seems a bit odd. But let's hear this part. I think that's interesting nonetheless. Okay. I know everybody's got their theories. Everyone's got their theories, but I think we need to wait and see what 5-0 finds out. Because if he acted alone, then he acted alone. Okay. If he didn't, then that truth will come out. Trust and believe. Let's continue.
He was also cracking his knuckles and fidgeting with his hands. After watching his mannerisms, we actually reached out to Susan Constantine. She's a human behavior investigator, to get her professional opinion.
In my personal opinion, I would have said, Sheriff's Office, you need to take a really good look at this guy. He is presenting to me suspect behavior. A lot of times people, when they're trying to hide something, their body becomes very rigid and very hyper-focused. We see that a lot. You also see him, at one of these, cracking his knuckles. You'll see that later on, okay? That's a way to release tension. The point is, tension is actually one of the 27 what we call points of interest that can lead to possible deception or suspect behavior.
Now, one thing I will say, because I want to find the actual interview itself, and if anybody does have it, please send it my way, like ASAP Rocky, okay, as soon as possible. But one thing I do want to point out here is, okay. I do think it's interesting when people lean on something like this and go, oh, that the only reason why this is sticking out for people is because he's the bad guy. It's because he's the monster. But if it was an innocent father sitting in the background cracking his knuckles because of nerves, no one would have said anything. Do you see what I'm saying? But now experts are coming in and going, oh, that's definitely what's going on here. I mean, sure, but there's been plenty of nervous dads on camera that have done weird things that look suspect as hell, and they're innocent. So I'm just saying it's just kind of funny how the experts come in and go, oh, definitely. Well, if that factory reset thing, and if they didn't go through his phone, he may have still been out here, y'all, out here lurking in these streets, still cracking his knuckles in the background in these interviews and doing on-camera interviews as well. Let's keep it a buck, okay? So I just think it's funny that they bring in an expert and suddenly they're like, oh, that's definitely a sign of being guilty, of doing something sinister, of doing something diabolical. I'm sorry, I don't agree. I don't. Okay? People do a lot of weird things when they're nervous, especially in heightened situations like this. But then again, he a bad boy. This is a mother nasty one. Let's continue.
Constantine has aided law enforcement in numerous high-profile investigations across the country. And something else she told us during that interview, it's no matter what a person is saying, oftentimes their body language will betray them by sending those all-important non-verbal cues. Now, where we're standing right now is believed to be one of the last places Maddie Soto was seen. This is allegedly where Sterns dropped her off on Monday morning. As you can see behind me, there are flyers posted here in the area. And as we arrived, some kiddos were actually getting out of school, which is where Maddie attends school. It's just not far, just down the sidewalk here. And they were actually holding a prayer circle for Maddie's safe return. If you at home know anything about Maddie Soto's whereabouts or have any information that may aid law enforcement in this investigation, you're asked to reach out. Call Crime Line, call Orange County Sheriff's Office, and get that information to them.
Yes. And I agree, because we still don't know where she is. They're saying that they are confident that she is no longer here, that her soul has left her body. She is no longer on this planet. This man unalived this young girl, but they still don't know where she is. Now, I do have another interview here that I want to pull up. I don't know if this is that interview. It's not I will say this. It's not the interview of him in the background lurking, but this is another interview with the mom speaking out. I do want to bring this up really quick.
Minutes until the sun's going to set, and dozens of volunteers are still out there looking for 13-year-old Madeline Soto. They've been out there all day in a wooded area near Hunters Creek in Orange County. Good evening. I'm John Brown.
Of anything. 50 hours live.
Here we go.
I really don't think she would have ever done anything like that. So just to pick up and run away with no trace of anything.
50 hours and counting. That's how long it's been since 13-year-old Madeline Soto was reported missing. On Wednesday, family, friends, and dozens of deputies searched several areas around Orange County. And still, no sign of the teenager.
I'm trying to believe that she is still alive out there.
Maddie was last seen Monday morning after being dropped off near her school by her mother's boyfriend. But after drop-off, Maddie never made it to
so this is the
school.
aunt.
Maddie's mother telling us.
Wait, I'm going to roll that back one more again.
Maddie was last seen Monday morning after being dropped off near her school by her mother's boyfriend. But after drop-off, Maddie never made it to school. Maddie's mother telling us surveillance video shows Maddie hanging out in a church parking lot on Monday morning after being dropped off for school. But
You heard that, right? Hold on. Mama, this is not the mama. From my understanding, this is the aunt. But this piece is interesting, though. Listen to this. So didn't they say that the video surveillance footage of the church doesn't exist or is too grainy to confirm if that was actually Maddie or not? Right? And it was after she was dropped off? Right? Hold on.
Trying to believe that she is still alive out there.
Maddie was last seen Monday morning after being dropped off near her school by her mother's boyfriend.
Okay.
But after drop-off, Maddie never made it to school.
Okay.
Maddie's mother telling us surveillance video shows Maddie hanging out in a church parking lot on Monday morning after being dropped off for school.
Do you hear what I said? I mean, I'm pausing because I'm just asking the question. In the press conference, didn't they just say that she was dropped off and then, or that she was never dropped off, right? And that they said something about the surveillance footage in the church is too grainy, therefore they can't confirm or deny that it's her. But then the mama said in this, now this is just through reports, we don't hear her mouth forming these words on camera, but she says that her daughter was dropped off at the church, or she was seen in surveillance footage hanging out at a church after she was dropped off. Interesting. CMD, if you have the whole interview, please send it my way. I want to see it. I want to see it right now. So if you have it, please email it to me because I definitely want to see that for sure. I'm going to check my email real quick to see if you guys may have sent me a link or something like that, but I have yet to see anything of that sort so far. Okay. But I definitely have been trying to find the actual full interview, not the chopped up one that's been reused 15,000 times. I want to see the full interview by itself with homeboy in the background, with the mama saying all this stuff, because this part doesn't make sense. This part does not make any sense. Okay. It's on Twitter. Where on Twitter? Did you send it to me on Twitter? Hold up. Let me just make sure. Did you at me on Twitter? Nope. I haven't been added on Twitter. But if somebody has it, please, again, I can't emphasize it enough. Send it my way, okay? Please. All right, let's continue on. But that's a bit weird, don't you think? Now, I will say this, though, too. She could be saying that because that's what her boyfriend, that's what Stephan or Steven or however you say his mother-loving name, okay? Maybe he did say that to her and she believed what he said. That could possibly be what happened here. Okay. I know I know we're quick to try to go, you know what I mean? He did, you know what I mean? She was a part of it. It's a conspiracy theory. It's a whole conspiracy, but we don't know. We don't know. She may have just heard through the grapevine and just spat that out.
But she never made it inside.
I don't know if she's somewhere safe. That I have high doubts.
Why you say that?
Just because of the world we live in right now, everything's really crazy.
Sheriff's deputies are using canines and a piece of Maddie's clothing to try to track her scent in the Hunters Creek area. And just like the family, the Orange County Sheriff's Office is also concerned for Maddie's safety, especially after finding troubling messages on Maddie's phone.
There is information on the phone that indicated that she told people when she turned 13, which was on February 22nd, she actually wanted to go live in the woods.
Sheriff Mina says they have collected video from where she went missing and will continue to extensively look for Maddie until they locate her.
We're worried about where she is and God forbid, but what's happening to her, if anyone has her, if anything like that. It's gotten to a point where we're hoping that she is with someone that she knows.
I mean, of course, we already know what happened now, okay? I mean, this is a few days ago, but at the same time, it's very odd. Now, CMD, Orlando, okay, Fox 35, Orlando has it where? Because I'm looking on their YouTube and I don't see it. I see a chopped up version of it that we just watched, okay? But I have yet to see the actual interview. Because you say it's 10 minutes long, and I'm going, okay, I don't see no video on here that is 10 minutes long up in this biznai. Okay. Actually, let me pull this one up. See, this is the one that I played to you guys the other day, but I will pull this back up again. Maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the one. Hold on, guys. Come on. This was being a bit of a pain to retrieve. 1 second, guys. We got to make this quick. Yeah, this one's not letting me get this. Hold on. Hold on. Aha. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Let me get this. This is going to have to be a quick one, y'all. We're going to go through this one, though. Because, I mean, I get it. You know, everyone has their theories and their, you know, and their whatevers. Okay? I fully get that. But then there's another part of me that goes, well, wait a second. There is a good possibility that... Hold on. Just getting this whole thing so we have this nice uninterrupted situation here. So in this tweet that was sent to me, thank you, by the way, whoever sent it to me. Thank you. All right. I appreciate it. But in this tweet from 901 Lulu or Rose, okay, here's an interview with Jennifer Soto. This is Madeline's mom. Stephan Sterns is behind her doing some weird stuff. Such a creeper. I don't think that mom had a clue what was happening. Madeline Soto is still missing. Okay. And yes, we don't know where her remains are right now, but they are confident. Okay. Thank you, CMD. Then thank you. I appreciate you. Shout out to CMD for sending it to me. Thank you for sending me that. Okay. But they have not confirmed if they have not said that they have found her remains yet. But here is the full interview. Here is the full interview of the mom, which we are going to watch. And I'm going to have to like do this pretty damn quick. So ride with me. We're going to knock this out. Let's bang this thing out.
Monday morning, we took her to school.
In fact,
we dropped her off
changing speed
across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school.
She started right off the bat saying we. Hey. See, now that's bad. Now I will say this, 2 different things. One, right off the bat, she says we. We dropped her off at, I'm not going to like phrase what I'm not going to missay what she said. Okay. I'm not going to put words in her mouth, but she said we in the very beginning of that. Okay. That's crazy. All right. And it's fast because I got to double time this.
Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school.
We. Near the school, we. Oh, this is bad. Now, one thing, she could be nervous. She could be involved. I don't know, but that's odd.
She crossed the street and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school. But she never made it.
I'm rolling that back. It's right off the bat. They're saying all this stuff.
Walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point.
Now she says we, but then she changes it to my boyfriend. So in other words, that could very well be the thing of her saying we, because they are a couple. They are raising her together, right? Unbeknownst to her, possibly, this guy's a dirty mother lover. But she's in her head. She's like, this is teamwork. We went and dropped her off, so she was a part of it. But she said we. But it was the surveillance footage is showing him moving around and moving things. You know what I mean? And doing what, discarding her stuff, etc. It's very interesting. Okay. But she then says he was the one who went to drop her off. That's what he said. That's what she said. I mean, okay.
It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes.
This is the part where it looks very strange. In surveillance footage, it is seen that Madeline is playing in the parking lot, and yet 5-0 just recently, just a second ago, said that that's not entirely true, that's not true, or the footage from the surveillance video cannot confirm solid enough that it was her playing in the parking lot of this church. Interesting, right? Now, there's a possibility that mama could be covering for boyfriend because she's scared out of her wits. That could also be it too. Didn't know that she was living with a madman, with an absolutely diabolical monster. That could be it too, guys. Okay, so we got to leave a little bit of room for any possibility here. Or she's completely ignorant, ignorant to the fact, and really believes that her boyfriend is a good man that would never do anything bad. That's the other part too. Let's not forget. The power of denial is a real thing, y'all. Never underestimate the power of denial.
And then got up and walked towards the school. But she never made it. That walk and that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never made it to school after that. It's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken, but she never made it.
And that was the last anyone's seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well. Drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed that she was absent all day. At that point is when I called 911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
Have you heard from any of her friends? Has she been active on any social media?
She hasn't been active on social media. None of her chats, none of her games. We did contact all her friends. None of them had seen her Monday or heard from her. Yeah, there's no update.
And I have to ask this, and I know I hate doing it, but is she the type that would run away? Has this happened in the past or anything? Has she ever threatened to run away?
Never. She's never ever mentioned anything like this before. And she's not the type to want to do this. She did accidentally leave her phone on Monday, which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful. So she left her phone at home. So there's no way to trace her. They tried tracing her school laptop, but that's off. So it's not pinging to anything.
Jen, what is your fear? I know you mentioned she's on games and stuff. Do you think she could have met somebody and tried to meet up with them?
She's open to us. She's open with us about, if she's got a crush with anyone, and she told us she had a crush on someone at school. And I looked at their messages. Nothing was weird. I looked at all her messages, all her deleted messages. Nothing seemed weird. It didn't seem like she was talking to anyone. So I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like she may have been taken because this is not like her at all to just disappear and not tell us, not let us know where she's going or who she's with.
Can I just interject here really quick? Okay. I gotta interject. I gotta interject. Okay. She seems calm, don't you think? Now, I will say this. I've said this last night to the story that we were talking about at Imani, right? Mama seemed very cool as ice. Cool as ice. She was just looking at the camera like, can you please just bring her home? Right? Now we're looking at this. Now, yes, there is concern on her face, but she seems kind of cool, don't you think? She seems a little calm. I think she's been taken. If you are a mom or dad and you think your child, man, even thinking about that in my head gets me choked up. See, even my dogs are saying, wait, they're trying to take my child. See, my dogs like to protect my minds as well, okay? But at the same time, I think she may have been taken. Huh? But it's just chill. Like, I'm serious. Sasha said, she says, I'd be hysterical. Man, I'd be out there, war paint, spear. I mean, I would go straight crazy, okay? I'd be out there just lurking. And I'm like, she's out where? She could be out in this swamp or in this wooded area. I'm going straight tribal up in this mother lover, okay? I will know exactly that monster's scent. Do you understand? I will be that person's nightmare, okay? It will be by my own bare hands. I wouldn't even need weapons. But at the same time, if I'm in an interview, I'd be an absolute sobbing mess. Absolutely terrified and scared. Forget nerves. Here's what the information we have. I don't know where she is. Please help me find my baby. But see what I'm saying? It just seems a bit cool, calm, and collected. But then again, this is, people react to things very differently all the time. Sweet Caroline, welcome to the family. Thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very, very much. And just like Sweet Caroline, please be sure to hit that join button down below. Become a member, please. Okay. Yeah, I'm Trace. I'm not kidding. I'd be straight. I would lose my mind. Okay. I'd eat the heart of that man, like rip it out with my bare hands. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, hey, everyone, get this on camera. Okay? I wouldn't give a damn. All right? This is how you take care of these mother lovers. Okay? So this seems a bit calm to me. Okay?
Yeah.
What are you getting from law enforcement? I mean, are they actively searching for her? I mean, what happens now? I mean, especially that she doesn't have her phone with her.
So as far as I know, they're conducting a search around the school. Behind the school, there's a Shingle Creek. There's a wooded path area that you could walk. It's a hiking path. They are going back there with their canine dogs. They've taken a piece of her clothing to see if they can trace her scent. They're also taking their own vehicles. I'm not sure what type of vehicles, but they're going into the woods to search for her. But I don't feel like that's going to find anything right now. We've had people all day on that trail sending us photos to see if anything there looks familiar and like her personal belongings, and nothing is hers. So I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm just contacting the news to get the word out, to get some help, because I'm desperate. I'm wrecked right now.
Do you think that she's been taken against her will?
I do think so, yes.
As a mom, you know, what's your mother's intuition telling you right now?
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay, and I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed.
Okay.
I just want her back, whatever that means. I just want her back.
Are you getting any updates from law enforcement? I mean, yes, they're searching that small area, but have they gotten any hits on any scent or anything like that?
They haven't let me know anything. They haven't updated me since I spoke to them this morning. I've contacted them to get some information or to give them some leads, but I've heard nothing back.
And Jen, there's no way that she, just being, a teenager, was like, maybe had a fight with you or an argument with you and was like, you know what, I'm going to go hang out at so-and-so's house and teach her a lesson. Could that be a scenario?
I don't believe so. We actually haven't gotten into a fight in like a few weeks, or arguments or anything like that. If anything, on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family, and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts. She's just a happy girl, and she showed it on Sunday night when she went to bed. She was so happy. So, she had the best day. I just, there was no moment in that evening from when she got home from the party that she had her phone or had the laptop. She went straight to getting ready and went to bed. So I know she didn't have any conversations with anyone. She didn't make plans with anyone. I didn't see any of that.
Is this mother lover vaping in the background? That dude is vaping in the background. And I think he's like drinking a beer or a Coca-Cola, whichever one. But he's just chilling. Why is he there? Why is he even in the shot? It's so odd. That mother lover vaping, baby. Man, do you guys don't vape? It's so bad for you. Okay? But one thing I will say, okay, I get it. Like I said, she, of course, gets emotional later on. She's giving the information. And then, of course, it's almost like choreography. It's almost like choreographed dialogue. When a reporter says, what are you hoping for? I mean, that instantly is, here come the waterworks. And I don't mean that as not trying to be callous. Maybe what I just said, how I said it was callous. But usually when you ask that question, that's when the parent, I'm just breaking it down for you guys. This is the truth, okay? This is what happens behind the scenes, to be real. They'll sit there and go, okay, ask her this hard-hitting question. Ask her this question because it's going to be the opportunity for her to cry. Because now if she's crying, we get people to care even more. More waterworks, more tears, more people give a damn. I hate to say it like that, but that is the freaking truth, okay? So she asked that question, and the waterworks turned on. It's the other thing of like, what would she be doing right now if she was with you? Stuff like that, where they're manipulating the story, manipulating the interview so that they can get the waterworks going. You see what I'm saying? To get the crying, to get the information, to get the emotion in there, right? These reporters all do this. Okay. You see it all the way from Savannah Guthrie all the way down to Oprah. They all do the same mother loving ish. And that's exactly what just happened there. But then she starts crying. Because of course, for any mother who's concerned, would get emotional thinking about those things, right? Thinking the worst or praying for the best, whatever. So in the very beginning, yes, she's very, very dry, saying, okay, this is here are all the facts. Sure, that could be interpreted as like, okay, she has no emotion, right? But then she asked that question, and then all of a sudden, it got turned on. The faucet turned on. And that could mean there's several different things. She could have been holding on, you know what I mean? Trying to stay strong for the interview. That's very possible as well.
She's spent the whole Sunday celebrating her 13th birthday. Was her 13th birthday on that Sunday, or that was just like the time you guys were celebrating?
Yeah.
That was the time we were celebrating. Her birthday was on Thursday the 22nd.
Okay,
She just turned 13.
But that's just so heartbreaking to be celebrating her 13th birthday, and then the very next day, that's the last you've seen of her.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you go now? Are you going to go out there and search or look, or what are you sticking by the phone? Are you what are you doing?
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone, hoping she just appears. I know my entire family is out looking. They've all spread a bunch of flyers. I've had people contact me that they've gone to the international airport to spread flyers, to Amtrak, to Greyhound, just any way that if someone's taken her and they're trying to take her, just to show her face, just to make sure, she's not being taken against her will.
Okay. What's interesting? Okay. Now I can see why everybody's like, wait a second. See, she's not going out there and doing any of the searching. She's not doing boots on the ground. She's staying home. Well, somebody's got to stay home. Somebody's got to stay behind just in case she gets dropped off, just in case she comes home. That's the only pushback I'll say on that. Again, everybody's going to, react or do something different, right? Me, I'm out there. Like I said, I become feral. All right. I'm out there. I'm getting tribal up in this mother lover. I'm about to rip every villain's face straight off they skulls. Okay. Straight up. I'm getting tribal up in this biznai. But some other people would sit there and go, hey, no. While boyfriend's out in the streets looking for her, which I'm assuming he was out there looking for her too, at least acting like he was, I'm going to stay home just in case she comes back home. You never know. She might walk right through the front door. Bang, there she is. You see what I'm saying? So I get that part. I don't automatically think that means that she's in on this, that she knew what was going on. It does make sense for someone to stick by. Someone needs to have that front door unlocked just in case she knocks on that door or walks through that front door. I get it. I get that part. Let's continue.
And you mentioned ADHD. Was there anything else maybe mentally going on or that you knew of?
She does suffer from anxiety. And once upon a time, she was diagnosed with autism. We had her reevaluated. Okay. We had her reevaluated a few months ago, actually. And they told us, no, she didn't have autism, but she did have some autistic traits. She did have ADHD, some autistic traits, but not autism. So I'm not sure where to leave with that because one doctor said she did and one doctor saying she doesn't. And I don't know. She's just in the middle, I guess, because she does have some tendencies, but socially she's pretty great. So I'm not sure.
And with the video that you were able to see whenever your boyfriend dropped her off, where was that? Which video? Was that a surveillance camera?
It was a surveillance camera from the church, Peace Church, right next to Hunters Creek Middle School.
And do you have that video?
I don't have that. They didn't show me. They wouldn't show me. It was actually, my sister was the one at location and they were letting her know what they saw on camera.
Okay.
They didn't show it to any of us.
Got it. Okay. Jen, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Hamburger.
Please, if you have any information, contact me, contact law enforcement. Any information helps. Maddie, if you see this, please come home. Please be safe. I love you very much. If you have my Maddie, please just let her come home. We just want her home.
Okay. Now that we've seen that whole thing, I mean, obviously, what say you guys? I mean, it's very odd that the boyfriend's in the background, but that doesn't automatically mean that there's any sort of sign of guilt on the mother's part. Anything's possible here. There's a lot of things where he may have just been there to be like, I'm here for some emotional support, Or wanted to hear what the interviewer is actually asking her to see if they're going to be hot on his trail at all. You see what I'm saying? Let me see what the reporters are saying, what the news is saying, so that if I have to move her real quick, I can move her real quick. You see what I'm saying? How much does the news know? Because if the news knows stuff, then 5-0 knows stuff. You see what I'm saying? So he could have just been in the background lurking because he's a piece of trash and he was just being slimy, like the slimy little diabolical piece of trash that he is. Right? That's a possibility. But then again, obviously you got to play the other side. Could very well be a thing where maybe she knew. Maybe she knows about the situation. Maybe she doesn't know where he discarded Madeline, but maybe she knew about his unthinkable ways. Maybe. And he sat there just to make sure she wasn't going to slip up and say anything stupid. The other part, too, is the last person to see Madeline is him. Mama knows that. So maybe he was wondering, or maybe he was thinking, I don't want her to start pointing everything on me. Remember, in the very beginning of the interview, she said, we. And then she turned and said, well, he's the one who dropped her off. My boyfriend was the one who dropped her off. But then as soon as that part ended, she went right back to talking about, it went back to just Madeline and information about Madeline. But notice, at the very beginning, it was we. I'm going to play that one more time, the very, very beginning of this. We. And then she switches. She's like, well, it actually wasn't me. It was, it wasn't we. It was really the boyfriend. And then, of course, he's sitting there going like, okay, I don't want her to, like, I'm sitting right here because, if I show face, then it shows that, it proves that I'm still like pushing the innocent card, right? So let's play this one last time.
Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school.
Notice, as soon as she said, my boyfriend dropped her off, as soon as she corrected herself and said, not we, it was really him that did that ish, that dropped her off, suddenly he shows up. Suddenly he's on camera. He sits down and he's right behind her. And for a fact she could see him because how these Zoom and video chats work. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was staying within the shot to make sure she doesn't say anything crazy. And I'm sure they already had a conversation. I'm sure she's had a conversation with him being like, honey, babe, please tell me the truth. What happened here? Did you do anything? And he's probably like, I didn't do anything. I'm innocent. I swear to God. You know what I mean? You got to believe me, babe. You got to believe me. Okay, I believe you. I believe you. But then they have an interview. He's not being asked to do the interview. It's the mama. And at first she's saying, we. But for a fact, she's probably going, nah. Okay, no, let me reiterate that because I don't want to seem like I'm the bad guy. I wasn't the last one to see her alive. It was him. As soon as she said that, well, time to vape and drink Coca-Colas in the background while cracking my knuckles. Yeah. Nah, bro. Nah, I wish I could stay a little bit longer and give you guys break this down a little bit more for you guys. I may do that a little bit later on this evening, and maybe rewatch this, and of course, just go over any more updates that we might have in regards to finding her. But I got to get going, unfortunately. But one thing I do want to point out, which I thought was interesting and it caught my eye in the conversation. Dim, thank you so much. Pascal, can we discuss the text message and the timing? Who sent the message that she wanted to run away into the woods? Tell me that is not sus. First off, okay, Sherlock Holmes, Very nicely done there, because this could very well be a trader's approach to the situation. Think about that. What if that text message, and I'm wondering if the timing of that text message was around the time that she disappeared. Could she have said that? Could he have texted that on her phone on behalf of her to make it seem like something, right? But it all depends on what the timing of that text message is, okay? Because it could literally be him trying to send the police off on a completely different path so that he can still stay free. That's a possibility. But we'll see what happens here as they continue their investigation, okay? That's possible, but I don't know if it is. I need to see. We need to find out the actual timing of those text messages as well. And I don't have that information as of yet. But anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really does mean a lot. Okay. Thank you. Mimi, thank you so much. Hello. Thank you so much for being a member. Thank you so much for your support. Okay. Thank you for all the super chats. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for the new members, to my mods. Keep holding it down. Keep being so amazing. I really appreciate all y'all. Please do me a favor before you get going. Hit that like button. Show some love. That would mean a lot. And of course, do not forget to crush that subscribe button. Hit that follow button on my Facebook page. I'm sorry this has to be a quick goodbye, but I got to get going. Much love to you guys. See you guys soon. And hopefully we get justice for little Madeline. Real talk. Justice for Madeline. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.